right, so our story this week is apples. We're going to be reading about all different kinds of apple stories. This one's nonfiction, so we're going to learn some facts about apples. But before we read it, we're going to go over our vocabulary. We're going to go over our new words. So here's one of our words. That one's the. We have my, and we have and. You want to make sure you have a grown-up write these in your word wall in your folder so that you have them when you're doing writing or so you know what words to practice, okay? All right, so here's some words from our story. We have rot. Have you guys ever seen an animal or a fruit or an apple rot? That just means it gets all yucky, decaying, it's squishy and gross, and if it's outside, it probably have bugs on it. So you don't want to eat something when it's rotten, right? Ripe means it's ready to be picked, so off the tree. Or if you're buying fruit at the store, mom's gonna buy ripe stuff, not rotten. Hopefully they're not selling rotten stuff. All right, dribble. How many of you guys have ever eaten a piece of fruit and it gets all juicy and it dribbles down your chin? That's what dribble is. It kind of like drips down your face. Bloom. So this is what an apple tree looks like when it's all full of flowers, right? Before they become the apples themselves. They look like pretty blooms. And the last one is thud. Now that's like the sound of something hitting another. So like when the apples are falling off the trees, if you're in an apple orchard and it's time for the fruit to be ripe, you might hear them thud as they hit the ground. All right, so our story is apples for everyone. We're gonna learn some cool apple facts. Seen any apples lately? She's being silly with her fruit. Early each year, in orchards and backyards, apple trees bloom. Drawn by the sweet smell, bees buzz from blossom to blossom. See that? As time passes, petals flutter to the grass and fuzzy bumps appear. Slowly, the baby apples grow bigger, turning all shades of red, a glowing green, and a cheerful yellow, because apples are not always red, are they? Maybe you like the yellow ones better. You like the green ones. I love the green ones because they're sour. Apples might have golden speckles or snazzy stripes, be round as a ball, or tall and lumpy on the bottom. See that one with a cool stripe on it? Limbs droop, heavy with ripe fruit. Some apples thud to the ground, then rot and become food for growing trees. So there's some pictures of some apples rotting on the ground. Look at all those apples on the ground. If you're in an apple orchard and there's not enough people picking them, they're like all over the ground. We had a plum tree when I was little, and I loved going out there and getting them, but we had a lot of rotted fruit that would collect on the ground because we just didn't pick it fast enough. At last, it's fall, harvest time, and fresh apples are everywhere. See those big bins? Grocery stores, farmers markets, roadside stands. You might even climb a ladder to pick your own. Your teeth sink in and crunch. At last, tart sweet juice dribbles down your chin. See them in the orchard picking? Or maybe that's somebody's backyard. People bob for apples. Probably not much anymore, especially with our COVID. We would maybe want to bob for our own apple. That's when mommy sticks it in a bowl when you try to get it with your teeth. People bob for apples at Halloween parties or dip them in melted caramel for a sweet gooey treat. Ooh, that would be a sweet gooey treat, wouldn't it? Apples may be baked into pies, cinnamony desserts, or added to yummy Thanksgiving stuffing. Have you ever had apples in your stuffing? Some are cooked into thick applesauce or crushed to make juice. On a chilly night, a steamy mug of a tangy cider chases away goosebumps. Some people like cold apple cider, but hot apple cider is really yummy also. Apple trees have been growing in America for hundreds of years, since the colonists brought pips or apple seeds from England. When most of America was still unsettled, a pioneer named John Chapman spent his summers hiking through the wilderness, planting apple seeds wherever he went. His nickname was Johnny Appleseed. We're going to read about him later this week. That was a 5-cent postage stamp sent from a long time ago with Johnny Appleseed on it. How cool would that be to be on a postage stamp? An apple seed lies in its core. Cut an apple crosswise and you will see the shape of a star. Have you ever done that? Look at that. Is that cool? Each of the star pockets have 1 or 2 seeds sleeping inside. Americans eat more apples than any other fruit. Did you know that? You usually see me with an apple in my lunch. There are many flavors to choose from, with names like Fuji, Gala, Granny Smith, Honeycrisp, Jonathan, Macintosh, Pink Lady, and Red Delicious. Have you found your favorite? You see all the kinds? That's just a few. Love at first bite. I bet you have a favorite way that you like to eat your apples, whether it's apple pie or apple slices or apple cider or apple juice. You got a favorite, I'm sure. All right, I'm going to stop this recording and make another one to go over the papers, okay? All right, that way if you need to take a break, you can go to the bathroom or whatever else you might be doing.